everyone, we are back in part 2 of the deck comparison slash evolution, I guess, deck evolution of the Dreamweaver True North and Wildlands Tarot. So if you haven't seen part 1 yet, the link, I will put the little link in this corner here of the video, and also in the description box. Yes, I'll put it in the description box, so you can see at least the major arcana that we went through. Now we are starting the major arcana, starting with the wands suit, or the matches in the case of Dreamweaver. So let us start. Now, where we left off is just looking at the aces. As you can see, it seems it's different but the same, in the sense that we have definitely forest, woodsy element going on here with the aces. Very pretty. Actually, again, flowers, it's a bias, so I do like this better. Now if we go to the Two of Wands. Oh, I can do it. Now we can see that the minors are kind of pip style, artistic pip style, in the sense that it's not just the pips. I mean, the closest to a bare bone pips maybe would be this one, but even then we have the world going on here, some hands again with lily flowers, lilies here. No, I think this one would be closest to a bare bone, because it's really just this world illuminated with like the two wands, which look like bamboo shoots. And then for this one here, it's very small. Like you almost, the focus almost isn't on those two wands. So now let's go to the next one, and the Three of Wands, which I hope you can see. It seems like because it's the minors, for the Wildlands there's more foil accent, because in the majors it seemed barely there, like almost like unobtrusive. Like you don't look at the foil, but don't really look at the foil. Look at what's going on in the back. Whereas here, I would say like it's an equal measure of the two. Now the Four. Still having issues flipping one. I just want one card to flip. Four. Here, this Four is written a little bit, definitely cursive. It almost doesn't look like an F, but neither here nor there. And actually, you know what? Because the neighborhood, again, is neighborhooding too hard. I think it's because it's Friday afternoon or Friday. What time is it? Anyways, it's in the afternoon. So let me go close that window, and I will just be warm and slightly uncomfortable for the rest of this video. Okay, we're back. That probably will have cut down on a good part of the outside noise, but I'm now hearing my downstairs neighbor playing The Killers, and hopefully you won't be hearing what he was listening to, so we will see. Anyway, so this was a Four of Wands or matches. Again, like these two are definitely like in the forest feeling or jungle, and then this one is more of a like more like a celebration going on here. Now let's go with the Five of Wands. Oops, let me put this one that way. Oh, here we have like a little rodent. I'm not too sure for this one, the rodent. Very simple, at least for this one and that one. On to the Six. Very pretty orchids. 7. I'm not too sure what to make of that one. I'm not getting much defensive vibe out of this one, but that's fine and dandy. Even that one I'm not getting defensive vibe necessarily. Maybe the lily pads could be like the protection. Now we have the 8. These two are definitely closer to the what we see on a classic Rider-Waite-Smith. I promise y'all I am able to turn pages and cards. Now we have the 9 of Wands. And then the 10. Again, very simple. I feel like the designs that are added on the pictures are kind of just chilling, just there, like, hey, we're here to let you know what we are. We're chilling. Here we have the page. There's a little frog. Now the knight. Here, if you don't see it well, in the trees, it's I want to say it looks like an ox or like a bull type of animal. And then here is very much a shield. And then here is a pair of salamanders, so a bit closer to the Rider-Waite-Smith symbology. Hey, what is going on in this neighborhood today? I got the po-po. Sorry about that, guys. Now for the queens, we have wolves. Wolves, yeah, we're gonna go with wolves. This one is very simple, but also I find it very pretty. I think this one, among the 3 Queen of Wands, I think this one would be my favorite. Then, very simple. And now for the king, which, hold on a second, I think Queen and the king are very similar. It's just that the jewel changed spots, and we don't have the sunflower up there. Okay, let me just see real quick for the here too. We have a crown with my guess again is sunflower, just because it's a Queen of Wands. But here we have either a flame, but that flame kind of looks like a little dragon. And for the king, which, hold on, I thought it was wolves too, but no. Oh, wait, it is a gorilla. It's like a gorilla, like, shouting. I had a hard time figuring out. Okay, so now we're going to the next suit, and it seems like, okay, you know what, because 2 of the decks say Ace of Cups is next, I'm going to go find the cups, which in this case is the vases. So There we go. So now because it's the cup suit or vases, we should be seeing a bit more water within the cards. So here we have the lily pads that are starting here, a waterfall in these two. And then various versions of harmony and joining, either with the caduceus going on here, the snakes intertwining. Here it's more, well, it feels more like they're doing like a chin-chin, a toast. But one day, a beach view for me. Onto the 3. So now here it's just 3 simple faces. Here it seems like there's some sort of like current going around the 3 vases. For this one, okay, I'm getting all the concept of like the classic 4 of cups, where here it's like, you know, this nice, like it looks like nice drinks, but now I'm just noticing too the flowers are kind of wilted. But here we have like, wow, look at this, look at this, look at me. And then here for this 4 of cups, it's literally one vase that kind of got knocked over, although that technically wouldn't be necessarily for the I would see that more as the 5 of cups, but 2 down 3 up, or 3 down 2 up, anyways. And then here for this 4 of cups, it's like it's all nice and good, but this one, okay, now for the 5. See, that's what I mean, like 3 down 2 up, 3 down 2 up, and then 3 down 2 up. And I kind of like how here the wintry gives it a colder feel, like a you know, you're kind of feeling more down, or kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like a downer, but you do still have options open to you. Now with the 6, and I think all 3 of them have flowers or something in the vase. Yes, indeed they do. Seven of Cups with your choices. This one definitely is the closest to the classic Rider-Waite-Smith. Okay, where was I? 7, yes, the 7s. There was a knock at my door, so it kind of threw me off. On to the next card. So yes, I mentioned about this was close to the classic Rider-Waite-Smith. Yes, I did mention that. And I like it. I like the background. This is very pretty. Now on to the 8. This one definitely shows like walking away from something. This one, I don't know what's the... I'm not too sure about this one because, let's see, 1, 4, 8. Oh, no wonder, because I'm at 9. Silly me. No wonder I confused myself. There's the 8. Okay, now this makes sense. This makes sense. We have the 8. And then this is the one that I like a bit more. I think I would push to the front as my favorite. Just because I like seeing the I am going. Now 9. Here is the 9 where it was meant to be. Definitely that I would say definitely give like a classic Pip Minor feel. Not quite Marseille, but close to there. And then 10. I like how these two both have waterfalls and a rainbow off to the side. It's almost as if like the same pictures were taken, maybe. Like this picture was taken for the top here. Actually, I think it actually is that. I think I've used the word actually way too many times. But yeah, this seems like this is the same picture. And then the rainbow is the same. And then this part here with the mountain was added. It was added to the composition. And even the vases here are similar. Almost symmetrical in the sense of what's used. Here, this is more... Yeah, this is nearly symmetrical there too. Alright. Now we have the Page of Cups. Here we have what looks like a snake. Is it a snake? Yes. And then a crab here and a fish here. For the Knight of Cups, again, the shield is back. This looks like a hummingbird. Maybe a hummingbird sipping from a cup. And then another fish. Then with some wings, maybe for the feeling of action and movement. Now for the Queen of Vase. This looks like, I want to say a cream, but I might be off. And then here we have a crown above a jug. It's just the greenery makes it a little bit hard to see it. There we go. And then here it's a bit more symbolic to say. And then when we get to the king card part, if we look at the wildlands, the jewel is above instead of being below. And here, same thing where the crown, they changed the crown up for the king. Alright, so let's see if we... Yay, okay, perfect. Now we are on to the swords, or as we can see here, we have a triple change. In the Dreamweaver Tarot, it has been renamed Blades, and in the Wildland Tarot, it has been renamed as Ankhs. And here it just stayed as it is, swords. I like this background picture though. Okay, once again, let's flippity flip. Now we have the two. I think both of them has the idea of ideas crossing each other. But I don't know how to explain it. It's as if this one, the idea, like the thoughts are still up in the air. You haven't made a decision. Here, it's like you're trying to make a decision blindly because the swords are pointing down. And here it's like the Ankhs are not crossed, but it's like you're trying to find a solution where to go by connecting outwards being like spiritually outward as opposed to within. Like it could be within too, because you're the figure there is closing their eyes, but it's like but it's not necessarily within as in the hermit. Like it's like I'm shutting the noise and then what do my spirit guides say type of thing. I hope that makes sense, my little explanation. Now we're going on to the 3. Ooh. And I think this is a very neat way of like having the onyx pierce through the heart. I like that one. And the clouds are cute too. And then here it's I think that you look, oh no, it's not a snake, it's the handle of the sword. And then this one definitely is close to classic 3 of Swords depiction I've seen. And now we are on to the 4. Definite rest going on with the pillow we see here. And then here it's more pippish. And I would say that one too is a little bit pippish. Well, it's pippish style. On to the 5. Now to me, 5 of Swords is like defeat usually, or kind of like, yeah, we'll say defeat. It's kind of like man, this is like it fell flat. So I'll call it defeat because that's the first word that came to my mind. So like the way that it's arranged on that fan, definitely if this was coming at me, I would be defeated, no questions asked. Here it seemed like things were going well, but then one thing went through and just got you. And then here it's just the onyx themselves like this. I wouldn't, the onyx, the way that they're placed, wouldn't tell me defeat. It would be more like I would know that it's defeat because I know in the book sense what the 5 of Swords is, or like the meanings attached to it. Ooh, the 6 of Swords. The 6 of Swords or onyx on the wildlands is very pretty. I like that one. I don't get the departure much from this one, but I do get it from these two. The 7. Look at the kitties. Oh, and here we have, what is this? It's like a raccoon. It definitely looks like a raccoon that went and swiped the sword. And then here, well, it looks like a sheet just concealing the 3 swords. On to the 8. Oh, I like that one. That one it makes me smile. It's like whether it's an emu or an ostrich, where it's like you can get out of it, but you're choosing to ignore it. Head stuck in the sand, literally. Here for the 8, what did they do? Trying to figure it out. It's like they attached a sword to another. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's like they attached a sword. Interesting. And then here with the foil, I guess they made it look like the character was kind of trapped by the ox. Okay, here we are with the 9. This definitely, the foil art definitely shows anguish here. And oh, okay, I am just noticing that this is like the profile of like a face. I thought it was like a river, like swirl or whatever, but no. Forehead, the eye, space, nose, lip, chin. That one I get. Okay. And then this one, maybe a bit less. I bit less with the Ankh design. Now with the 10, this one is definitely 10 of Swords. And then here, they're arranged more, a bit more like a Marseille 10, almost, like in terms of arrangement. And then here, doesn't give me much 10 of Swords. Maybe in the sense of like the Egyptian king or the Egyptian rain falling, like ancient Egypt falling. Now we have the Page. Here we have like a squirrel. Maybe for gathering information type of thing. Because to me, the Page is that. It's kind of like collecting information, gathering evidence, or, you know, you're not quite much doing, but you're collecting your receipts basically. Oop. And then the Page here, maybe something similar. Maybe that's something similar depicted here. And then the Page of Blades is more abstract, I think I'll say. Now on to the Knight. Again, we have the shield going on. Here is like a cheetah, so maybe like being quick with the actions, but not for long, because we know that a cheetah can run for very fast, yes, but for short distances. Now on to the Queen, if I can flip that card. Here we have a octopus, a squid. Interesting. And then here, like the Queen, with clouds. Okay. And then here it's a bit of the same thing because of the clouds, but the Ankh is more decorated. And now we have the King. The King is not as decorated here, I noticed, as the Queen, but it does have the little butterfly that we see here, but here is really just a snake. I kind of get like slow to act, like it's knowledgeable, but like when it does act, like it's with the quickness and the sharpness. Like, although I see that a bit more with the Queen of Swords, but I could see it with the King of Swords too. Of like full of wisdom, like not bothered with much, but could be pretty detrimental to your mental health if you cross them, peu importe. And now, the last suit, the coins. So, coins on both the newest versions, True North and Wildlands. And for Dreamweaver, it is the stones. Here we have like, really like, it's almost like, yeah, I am holding this like with both hands, this opportunity. And here it's maybe like about to receive it. It looks like, oh, it's like, let me catch it. And here it's kind of like, it's there. Are you going to grab it? That's the feelings I get from them. I might be off. I might not be. You let me know. So, sorry, let me just fix this here. There we go. So here for the two, these definitely look more like crystals. And because it's coins, of course, we're going to have some coins. notice also, whereas we have the infinity symbol here, clearly like this thing here, it's more implied with the movement of the 2 coins here. Oop. And then here, do we see it? Not really. Now 3 of coins or stones. Interesting. With like the quadruple hand here. Maybe here it's giving me like a, I call dibs on these. All of these are mine. I'm calling dibs. And here there's like a little lock. And then here it's like, I'm really holding on to these. And hold on, it even seems like they're drawing blood on their hands or something. Like they're holding on tight. Like, you see what I mean? It's like they're holding so tightly that they're hurting themselves. Like here, it's like they're digging in their skin. Okay, and then we get to the 5. If the 5 will reveal itself to us. So here gives more the image of being in a church or like inside a cathedral or something like that. And here it almost wants to look like maybe it's barren or not really, because it's the color is kind of like drained out of the background. And then here it looks like they're trying to, you know, receive something, but it's like missing their hands, or it's about to. Let's look at the 6. See here for this one, it looks like the color is coming back slowly, whereas on the 5, to me at least, it felt like the color was draining out. And here we have a sense of equilibrium, equity, sharing. Here more of a collaboration type of thing. In French, it's like entraide, solidarity. Now the 7. What do we have on the 7? I'm not seeing it. On the camera it shows, but when I look outside the camera, I'm not seeing it much, but it looks like the coins are in the trees, kind of flourishing, hanging out. And here we definitely have the tree, almost like a baobab tree, with the fruits just chilling again. And here it's just very simple 7 stones. On to the 8. Tools of the trade. You know, to the point, nothing much to say. Except that I do like this mountain picture there. And now we have the 9. Where I don't know, what would I see more as abundant? Maybe I would see this one a bit more as abundance because of the birds, the flowers on top of the mountains in the background. Although this one looks like, hey, you got like some pretty nice crystals, like with the sparkles. Maybe it's worth a lot, I don't know. And then here it seems like a plentifulness. Now on to 10. Which is usually. Which the 10 of coins, I kind of see it as like a plentifulness, like the family being comfortable, like not wanting, like their things are what they need is covered, and they're not in wanted that matter. Like it's nicely fulfilled. And so for these cards, not that maybe this one I would see it a bit more, but the rest it's kind of pretty simple, abstract. So I would base it more on what I personally know of the card or the feelings that I get from the cards. Now onto the page. Now see, this is where when I got the card and I was looking at it, I had questions, because for the Dreamweaver, this is my Page of Stones. However, where did I go to look for it? I think somewhere, I ended up finding a picture of the Page of Stones, because I thought that maybe, you know, like it's the Page of Stones is like a studious one, like, you know, they're studying, they're you know, it's not that they're doing it, so like they're gathering, they're studying. So I'm like, well, you know, they're studying. Like I was trying to make a meaning out of the fact that there's no foil on this card, basically. And I saw I want to say online, or someone sent me a picture when I went around asking of what it looks like with the foil, because there is a foil. And where am I gonna put it? I'm gonna put a picture like maybe here or here. I think I'll put it on this side to like superimpose this space. So editing me later, remember, put the picture right here. Thank you. So I don't even, right now I don't even remember off the top of my head what is the image, but this is my card. It has a default, and that's that. So it is what it is. This here we have a little bee working, and here we have pretty flowers in the background with the coin. And now we're going on to the Knight. Again, very simple for the True North Tarot. It's the shields with the suit it belongs to. Here we actually have a horse. I think this might be the first horse I've seen in the Minor Arcana. And here we have like a camel in the background. So to me it counts. Let's go to the Queen. Here we have a mama duck. Very cute duck too. And again, same as with the rest of the court cards, we have the crown with a gem, and now this time it's a coin, and it looks like mountain ridges, like an outline. Here we have some bunnies, and again a gem. And now for the king, ooh, we have a bear. A little bit more elaborate king with the grapes that we see in the classic Rider-Waite-Smith. And here we have two bowls with the gem, and this time the rays are pointing down as opposed to pointing up. And is there something else on top of? Oh, there. You have the horns there. Okay, that is pretty cool. And with that, yeah, we made it. We made it to a full flip through of the Dreamweaver Tarot, the True North Tarot, and the Wildland Tarots. I hope that you've enjoyed it. Hopefully I didn't ramble too much. I did have to make it 2 parts. There was no way that I was going to make a whole part of going through and dissecting each of them. And you know what? I like each of them has their charm. I can't say just like that if I have a favorite out of the 3. Truly. Just like that. There are some that I liked over here, some that I liked here and there. And the fact that they're all pip-ish, I don't mind. I mean, I have Marseille there, so I don't mind necessarily. I don't mind that it's abstract, like, so to me, it doesn't matter. So what I'm going to do, y'all know what it is. I'm going to shuffle the cards and see how it is. So, of course, because the Dreamweaver Tarot is older, and I'm pretty sure that it was used before. So, even though it has that velvety feel, I think it was a little bit, because it was used, it probably won't have as much friction, or, yeah. It's not as clumpy as if it was like a brand new rose petal finish deck. Because these rose petal decks or like suede like finish, sometimes they get very sticky. But I am having a little bit of a hard time shuffling. I don't know if it's because of, let me see. Yeah, it's a little bit easier to shuffle when the faces are out. Okay, we got Temperance, and the first one that I saw was Three of Blades. All right, there we go. So we're gonna do it like this. Oh, what's behind that one? Not even strong. Hardly matters. There we go. Let's go with the True North Tarot. How does it shuffle? Oh wait, I think one of them I put... Ah, there we are. I knew it. There was one that I put outside. I will say for the True North Tarot, it shuffled easier. I believe, or it's my impression, that the cardstock, the paper quality of the cardstock itself is better. But again, it could also be because this is newer, circa what, 2023 I got this, versus the Dreamweaver, which possibly was printed back in 2019. So that could also, along with, you know, how it was stored and the condition and all that, so it could have impacted the cardstock a bit. But just like that, a overhand shuffle is fine, a riffle shuffle is fine. So let's see if we can have one major card and one minor card to read and see. Oh, what is this? We got a Page of Coins. Oh, yeah, see? Okay, you want to fall out? Fall out. What are you? No, I don't need the 8 of Coins. A major, please. I will say, as I'm shuffling, it seems to me that the corners on the True North Tarot, they seem a little bit, well, they're all rounded. They're all rounded off, but the True North, it might be a little bit less rounded off. Not that it's like pointy or anything like that, but I'm looking at it like, oh yeah. It's definitely easier to shuffle face in. Why am I getting all the coins? Why are y'all telling me to work? Okay, I will cut. Wait, what are you bothering me? Oh no, it was the 8 of Coins again. Wait, what are you? There you go. Perfect. Chariot. At least the advantage is, because it's not a true square, if a card happens to be falling on the side, you will know from the get-go. And this is what happened. This is why I felt that the Chariot was poking my hand. And now on to Wildland Tarot. It definitely does feel thicker. Okay, overhand, of course, again, not too much friction. It is a little bit clumpy, but again, I got this deck recently. I believe I bought it in April, I believe. It's a little bit stiff. It shuffles a little bit better when the faces are out. What are you? Okay, 3 of Wands, 1 major, please. No, you're 7. What are you? Temperance. Perfect. Wait, is that 2 temperance? Look at that. 2 temperances. Okay. So, okay, well, these are the cards we got. You can see what they look like. You can see what they look like here all together. I'm trying to put them all in the frame. Okay, so let me go fetch the guidebooks and my charger. I am back. Sorry about that. Battery was dying. Okay, so let's start with the Dreamweaver Tarot and see how they explain it. And even in this booklet, it says, I think it's mentioned something. Oh, right here. This guidebook is intentionally simple, a way to hold your hand as you travel deep, but with a loose enough grip that you are you are quickly able to take your journey with confidence. So let's see. Let's start with Temperance. And see, this is an example. So for Temperance, they have patience, mindfulness, intention. I will say that I noticed when I was reading through the guidebook, sometimes because they use the same fonts for the title of the cards, sometimes what was the term that someone told me? There's an actual term. The kernels. Kernels are the spaces between each character. So sometimes the kernels, it looks like it's close, but what it does when I read it, sometimes I think a letter is something else. And I read it as something completely different. So like here, I thought that there was no A in Temperance the first time. And so I was like, why is there no A? But I realized that it is an A. They just didn't cross it and it was stuck here. And not only that, the N and the C was close enough that I thought that it was a K. So it messed up my eyes for a bit. In any case, that is just, again, me and my eyes messing things up. Let's see for the blades. I'm doing so many asides. It's not even funny. Tangents in my tangents. I will say the guidebook is very quickly to go through because this thing is so simply made. There you go. Blades. And we said 3. Happens to be the same here. Heartbreak and grief. I mean, to the point, simple, nothing much to say about it. So, and again, it's very simple. So it's definitely, like you said, it's I hold your hand and then you take it whichever direction that you feel it needs to go. Now for the True North tarot, we do know from before, when I showed the guidebook in the first part, that there is a bit more. So for example, if we look at the coins, so we see here that we have an upright meaning, what it is, blah blah blah, and the location. So this is what sorry, I'm moving this around, the Page of Coin is. Okay, there we go. And the Page of Coin says upright, manifestation, financial opportunity, skill development. Page of Coins is a message of new beginnings and inspiration in the beginning stages of a creative venture. You are growing awareness of the material realm, aka money, possession, and career, and you are discovering how to turn dreams to reality. Page of Coins wants you to remain motivated and to begin a project and clear focus on what is realistic. During this time, you are ready to manifest your dreams and hone skills, and the more skill you have, more dreams you can fulfill. Page of Coins can also represent renewed enthusiasm and commitment. And this is from Reynisfjara Beach, Iceland. I am sorry for butchering the location name. I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah. Oh, and also, yes, for the meaning itself, I think this is pretty cool. And I'm noticing that they included only the upright meaning. So either you can apply your own personal preference if you read reverse meanings, and even like beside the point, the fact that it's kind of polarized style, you can't physically flip the cards over, but if they happen to flip over, or if you like to physically flip cards over, you know, whatever floats your boat, but you can apply your own personal preference in terms of, you know, if it's something maybe a bit more negative, or if it's a blocked energy, if it's the opposite, something being held back. There we go. Now we have the Chariot. So this is what the Chariot looks like. So upright, control, willpower, success, action, determination. The Chariot is a representation of willpower, determination, and strength. You've discovered how to make decisions based on what aligns with your belief and values, which you determined in the Lover's card. Apply your willpower and you can achieve anything. Don't be passive, for you will be successful if you remain confident. Be bold, be courageous, assert yourself. The Chariot can also quite literally represent travel or an upcoming trip. British Columbia, Canada. Hello. Hello, Canada. It's not where I live, but there you go. I do like that in the True North, the meaning are more fleshed out. It's more expansive. It has my brain thinking a bit more. Like, it has it going a bit more as opposed to just having a few keywords. Like, keywords work, but sometimes I like when there's like a more to it, where like, okay, it can mean this, it means that, and just kind of seeing how they explain it. Like, at the end of the day, it's more or less all the same how they explain it, but I still like to read it. So here for the Wildlands, again, here we have a difference, and this is the one with the guidebook that I'm less of a fan with, just because of how that's the page layout. It's the page layout that I'm not liking. I'm not gonna lie. So we are looking at the Three of Wands. So here we have a little version of it, but this is very small. It's almost, you can almost see nothing out of it, so you're better off having the card next to you. And again, I think they could have benefited from scooching the margin more. So anyways, Three of Wands. Preparation, foresight, enterprise, expansion. Location, Japan and Iceland. So if we remember, it's a composite photograph, so many pictures were stuck together, so we can... So I'm guessing the Japan would be here. It looks like someone in a kimono. And then Iceland might be the background, like maybe the snowy background over there. So Three of Wands signify that plans are underway and that you're starting to expand on those plans, opportunities and new ideas. Don't shy away. It's time to think big and keep an open mind. Three of Wands is a time where you can embrace change because you're in a position of strength and you can control what's around you. Three of Wands can also represent vision, foresight, and looking for better opportunities. Also speaks about overseas travel in order to develop and learn about new skills and cultures. I like it. Again, I like it. And we go to Temperance. Yeah, maybe I should have done that. I should have just picked the same 3 cards or the same 2 cards, and we would have seen the difference in how they were fleshed out. But alas and alack, it is not too late. Okay, let me try and hold this. Oh, this, the page layout. Anyways, so this is Temperance, Balance, Moderation, Patience, Purpose, Location, New Zealand and Turkey. Temperance card is, I know it is a reminder. Let me squeeze this a little bit more open. Is a reminder to be balanced, patient, and practice moderation. Stabilize your energy and let the life force flow through you without resistance. Temperance urges you to remain calm when you feel stressed or panicked, and maintain an even temperament. Keep yourself composed and practice taking the middle path to accommodate all perspectives. Take the time to have a clear vision of what you want to achieve and be the peacekeeper. Remember not to rush anything at this time. And then here we can already see it's definitely like 200%, even 300% more fleshed out in the newest Wildland Tarot than what it was in the Dreamweaver Tarot, when you had maybe 5 keywords. Let me see. Well, not even. 1, 2, 3. So we have from, and it's not even the same that they used almost, except maybe for patience. And then here we have balance, moderation, purpose, mindfulness, and intention. So even then, they like updated their keywords. So see, here we had like a 3-word in the very first iteration. In the newest one, we have all of this. Alrighty, and with that, this very long dissection, observations, what do I think of them? It is very interesting to me to see the progress between Dreamweaver Tarot all the way to Wildlands Tarot. I did notice, I think when I was looking at the few cards, that it some elements either were kept, some were definitely completely changed. I think there was one card, I forgot which card it was, where the mountain, and I think it was the 10 of coins, where the mountain and the rainbow was, it was kept for Wildlands, but then they added something else to it. And I think that's pretty cool. I think that's the whole point of, when you're reworking a deck and you're either making a new edition or, a new deck altogether. Like, you consider it a new deck because you're making so many changes that it doesn't even look like another one. Like, sometimes you have decks where the edition, there are like 1, 2, 3 editions, but then between those editions, maybe all the cards are the same. The difference might be the font, maybe the font size, maybe they updated 2, 3 cards, maybe there's no more edges, or now there's edges, like something like that. Here it's definitely like a near overhaul change, so I can understand why it did not keep its name throughout the different versions. And I think the only person that is still there would be Leah Shoman, because I think at one point Jackie Rye is not mentioned in the True North Tarot, I believe. I don't want to talk out of my hat because I don't remember exactly, but I think that's what it is. I'm looking at it quickly. But in any case, so that, like, essentially the illustrator. So Leah Shoman, the photograph is the one behind the 3. The essentially whatever is in foil, the person. It seems to me like it got changed. Not that it matters to me necessarily. There are things I like about all 3 of them. Things that I like less. In short, I will talk especially about the newest version because that's what's available right now. You'll find easily True North Tarot, I haven't done the search myself. You might be able to find some copies floating around because it only stopped getting printed in 2023. So maybe there are some online store, maybe a small little like independent shop, maybe that might still have a copy around. But definitely like on there on the oh, what is the name of that place? Secret Scribe Publishing. On the Secret Scribe Publishing website and their Etsy shop, for sure you won't find these two. That is for sure. But you might be able to find this one a little bit easier. Dreamweaver Tarot, good luck. That's really all I can say, because even for myself, like, it was a pure stroke of luck that I stumbled on someone that was selling this copy. They were selling other copies, well, not other copies of Dreamweaver, but other decks as well. But it was pure luck, and even more pure luck than that, they were in Canada too. So like, it was double pure luck. This one was totally like, listen, it looks like it was meant. You just go and take it. Where was I? So yes, in terms of findability, this Amazon, the Secret Scribe publishing website, as well as their Etsy shop. I think it depends of where you are geographically, which one will cost you less in terms of taxes and shipping. But I will say Amazon, sometimes they do have sales, so keep an eye on that. That's how I got this one. And then in terms of cardstock, there are To the Touch. This one is a more velvety feel. These two are, I would say, are rather similar. The cardstock, maybe on the newest version, the Wildlands, feels thicker. Maybe not as flexible as True North. You know what? I think I would say my preference with True North. Having shuffled all three of them and just like flip-flopping them, I think my preference is this one. This one has a velvety feel and a little bit cardboardy, but I can't quite, you know, put any fault, only because this is a it's not brand new, for one. I'm sure it's been used, but not like, you know, like thrown all over the place with use, but it's been used. So the wear and tear does factor in it. So I'm not, you know, knocking it too much. In terms of look, they all look great. This one definitely is the closest to a Polaroid like looking, you know, front and back. The other two, they do have the Polaroid look. It's just at the back, you know. I unless the new versions of Polaroids that are selling now in 2024, you can have clear backs. That's the only difference. That's the only reason why I say this one is the closest to looking. And also, you'll notice in the compared to the new version, the borders are a little bit thicker in the first one, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't take anything away from the photographs and the art itself. After that, in terms of font, these first two I prefer a lot more than this one, because it seems to be swinging a lot. Like, it's swinging a lot between, like, whether it's small or smaller. The fact that it goes from left to right, doesn't bother me as, like, it's a thing, but it's not bothersome. Like, you know, it's like, oh yeah, okay, it's left, it's right, it's left, it's right. It's not too bothersome. It's more that the font is a little bit, oh, I keep on knocking my camera, sorry. It's more that it's a little bit smaller. For the True North, here it's just, it seems like there's like 2-3 people that are writing the bottom of the Polaroid, but I don't mind it at all. It's a nice little touch. Like, it's a cute little touch. I like it, and it's readable. Like, the font is big enough that I can read it relatively without issue, so I don't mind that at all. And for the first iteration, it's all the same font, no trouble, except maybe like here, Temperance, I almost thought it was a K, but otherwise no issues. It's all centered, all the same fonts, no fights, no nothing, no whatever. The guidebook, either True North or Wildlands. They are nicely fleshed out. Someone who's a beginner won't have as much issue. Like, okay, technically, whatever is your first deck, you won't necessarily have an issue, but it's just that with the Dreamweaver, because it's just keywords, you might have to like really marinate a bit more than if you're like, oh, let me just read what what the authors is talking about for the Three of Swords or something. And plus, I like the addition of the location, and this is an example of what I mean in terms of page layout. Here we see that the way that the page layout is set up, it's nice that because when you open it, no matter where you are, whether you're at the start of the book or you're at the end, there was enough margin left so that when they bound the book, you can still read comfortably each of the entries without too much issues. And then almost you can even see the frame almost without much issues. And on top of that, the text is left aligned, so no problem. But then, so we can have a difference here. Here, what is happening is that here, and see, this is so strange because here it looks like here the justify did okay, except for, what is this word? Getting in the, okay, except for the word way. Like only the word way got extremely stretched out so that it could be justified from margin to margin. And the problem with having it justified left and right is that and well, at least when the times that I've had to do justify, the words don't get stretched out. It's only the spaces between the words that get stretched out. So you'll have something like this. But then when it's a single word, it gets a little bit ridiculous, I have to say. At least to my eyes. Like that will be like one thing I'll kind of gripe about. Like this is here another example. Like, what is this word? Enthusiasm and balanced ideas. So ideas got stretched all the way out. And then you'll have here where a text that's just left aligned, like proper margin and bleed space so that when you open it, you're good. Here, because of the justification, maybe there was an error in the page layout setting out the margins. I don't know. Or I don't know. To me, if someone would give me an example of this as like, is this okay for a guidebook? I would say fix your margin, tighten this up. There's no reason that idea is spread out like this. And then factor in when you bind a book, how easy is it to read the words? So that is my biggest gripe. And you know what, I'm saying this, and it could be a case of, hey, this is a bad batch. Like they did a whole batch and then they realized, oh man, like this is not, like the guidebook wasn't supposed to have words spread out like this. Like, oh crap, well, we're gonna sell it or something. I don't know. Or maybe if the book was a little bit bigger, maybe that would fix it, because the size of this here is like, just look at it. You have, like, yes, you can see what it is, but you're better off having the card next to you. So you can like nicely see the details, nicely see the colors, nicely see what is going on there. Like this, maybe if you have a magnifying glass. So that's my gripe for this. Like, if my gripe for this would be like, okay, this is very sparse. My gripe for this would be the page layout is lacking. This, not like this, all good. No complaints. And now I'm realizing that this is over an hour and I'm still talking and yapping. So let me just end it there and just end it with that. If I have I don't know if that I have a favorite, because like I mentioned earlier, on in all three decks, there are cards that I like. Would I mix and match to make like a Franken deck? No, no, no. I don't think that I would like that. Like just having like a deck with having these three backs hanging out. No, no. And that's another reason why I know it's not easy to find here. So here, this is the first one, Dreamweaver. Here we have the True North Tarot. Already we can see we have it smaller. And then here is Wildlands Tarot, which, hold on a second, yeah, is the same size as True North. So cobbling together a deck would only be possible with Wildlands and True North Tarot, but not with the first one. And so I did forget to talk about the sizes, but otherwise these are great decks. These are really neat, really cool. Another thing, one last thing that I'm going to point out before I let y'all go is it felt like to me, or I was under the impression that where here I saw more of the artwork and the artwork communicated more to me. Here it felt like it was more in the background picture. So yes, for example, yes, here this is 10 of Cups, but it's more what I have going on in the back. Speaking of 10 of Cups, this is one example of this part here, and this here was in a previous deck, but then got reused for this one. Besides the point. But yeah, I had the impression that the communication was more in the background pictures themselves. So the composition, for example, you know, the Three of Wands, and here it looks like the person is like a ghost in this vast plain. Here it's a rainbow, you know, with this waterfall in a mountain range. What do we have here? Here I'm not too sure the composition for these two. I can't quite tell apart for Six of Wands, but it's like a celebration going on here. Here the Temperance, you know, we have the mashup. I believe it was like Turkey in another place, but you know, I think the communication is more here than the two cups that are being poured in a basin. You know, I hope how I'm explaining it makes sense. Whereas here, Temperance, to me, it's more this, the hand collecting, pouring. Are they collecting water? Seems like they're collecting water. To me, it's more this that's talking than the background picture of this ocean view. You know what I mean? Like here for the Six of Stone, it's more the hands helping each other out than the beautiful mountain range going on in the back. So hopefully this makes sense what I'm saying. And with that, a total of like what? This is an hour 15 minutes. Let me be quiet. An hour 15 minutes later, plus another hour almost. So 2 hours later, here is the conclusion of the comparison deck evolution of the Dreamweaver Tarot, True North Tarot, and Wildlands Tarot. Let me know what you think of this deck. Let me know what you think of what I said. Is there anything that you agree with me on, disagree? Any questions you have? Which is your favorite out of the three? Would you break your head trying to get all three, or maybe you do already have all three because you got them as they were released. Let me know how you use or would use them, and anything else that goes through your head, really. So thank you so much for spending all this time with me while I talk on, and you know, take all the tangents that the tangents are doing, and let me know all that you want and your questions and your comments down below. And until next time, bye bye everybody.